right, take it easy. Come on. Yeah, take it easy. I know these people going crazy for all these people down here at Saugus TV. Memories of the Boston Garden. We're here with a very special guest. We got Shawn Murray right here. Old-time man. Yeah, he's been all around. He's like Coca-Cola, too. He's like, he's been here, he's been there, he's everywhere. Shawn, nice to have you down there on the show.
Good
On
to have
Memories
you.
from the Boston Garden. I don't know, we got a double shot on there, buddy. All righty. Let's get it on. Let's see if we get double shot. Let's see if we both get in this time. All right, we're in it, okay. All right, well, nice to have you here on Memories of the Boston Garden. You're going to tell us a lot of great stories, I hear.
Okay.
I hear you're like a legend over here in Saugus. That's what I hear. I hear you've been around. You start out, you grew up here in Saugus, in this great city. Tell us a little about you growing up and what you did and what you liked to do and what you didn't like to do.
Well, how I got started here at Saugus TV, I do the play-by-play for the Saugus High School hockey team. Played a little hockey here in Saugus High. When I grew up, a lot of memories with my dad. My dad, Russ Murray, he was the influencing me with hockey. So I got a lot of friends here in Saugus still, and I like to come back here in Saugus and play, do some things with hockey.
What was your first big experience at the big Boston Garden, the big yellow building, the yellow seats, the yellow, we used to call it big up there. I'm not going to say what they call it. The first part was something else, but
Yeah.
the second part was heaven.
I remember that.
Way up there, used to go to the Boston Garden and watch all the wrestling. The seats were $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. Think ringside. And now the hockey games are outrageous. You know the price of some of the hockey games and stuff.
It's insane now,
You
right?
know some of the prices?
I have
You
no
haven't
idea
gone.
what the
When's the last
prices
time
are.
you've gone?
The hockey game, I haven't been to a professional game in a while, but I can tell you this. My first experience at the Boston Garden was with my uncle, Fred Maney, my father, Russ Murray, took me to a Boston Braves game because Bobby Orr back then had a big deal in Boston, and so they made a minor league hockey team, and I was probably 7 years old when I went there with my father. And it was probably, what they call it, the beer league. Just about everybody in the stands was drinking beers, getting drunk, and watching a little hockey.
Now, that was 1972, right?
That's right.
72, holy cannoli. Things were nice back in 72, huh?
They were.
Wow, now compared to the days of, I believe some $30, $40, $50 to park the car to go to Boston Garden. We used to go down the side streets, me and my friend. We'd go down the side street and we'd basically, we didn't have to pay, but the big money, it's just too much. I mean, by the time you go pay for your tickets, by the time you park, by the time you do whatever, you're in the clam for a lot of money. Now, what's your favorite thought of the Boston Garden? No, you got a favorite one. I got one. I got a favorite show that I can remember all the shows that I went to with Bruno San Martino and all the old time guys. Like you said, your uncle used to get you to up the stairs. We used to sneak in a couple of times too. We'd go have one person go in and open the side door. That's when people were normal. Now I think you probably need a bulletproof vest, a vest to go on, and you can't talk to no one. Did you see the outside there on the news last week? I don't want to really bring up the bad things, but this was too much though. I mean, the kid had a Rangers shirt. He had a Rangers shirt, and he was coming out of the hockey arena, and it said New York Rangers, and he got sucker punched, and he actually got sucker punched and knocked down, and just for having the shirt on of the fans that he basically it's awful. It's just a thing to go on, but I've gone to the Garden a lot, and you've gone, and now we'll talk a little bit about the 1970s. What was going on then with you at the?
I remember going a lot to the high school. That's where they used to have the state tournament, the finals back then. And Mattinock High School was a powerhouse. They had this guy Fiddler and Carter, and just like to enjoy watching hockey there. My dad, he was from Charlestown. They used to sneak in, like you said. You were talking about it. You'd slip the guy at the door a sawbuck, and then you get in the back door.
You let 5 people in, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Under the circumstances today, I mean, going to these places, if you're going by train or parking, you have to be very careful going to these arenas now because it's craziness. It's really just totally crazy.
Well, alcohol does a lot to, you know what I mean? You get boozed up and things happen. It's sad.
You what, the cost of a beer at one of these shows, $12, $13
yeah,
probably.
You can't drink at the game anymore.
I mean, and then what happens is you you end up tanking yourself up before going to the game or on the way to the train station, or you get into a scuffle or whatever. Like today, they're like Pedro Morales says, they're ready for any kind of action. And that's the way it is. You got to be ready. I mean, people today are crazy. Let's go back to the Boston Garden. Let's shoot up some of that stuff we got there from the Boston Garden, some of the programs, and some of the things that we're going to talk about right now on some of these tonight's official lineups. Let's go right to it. There's Ivan Putski, I believe the band. He was one of the top superstars in the WWW. If you remember this guy there, buddy?
Absolutely.
And he had the Polish power. He could throw you off the ropes and hit you with that flying hammer. And I tell you, he had it going on with some of the great things, and he was the #1 contender for Superstar Billy Graham's title. And it was 1977, and it was November 7th. And you're going to see this in the Matt Classics this week. We're going to show you the Matt Classic from the Garden, and we're going to show you the great things in all the films. You've been seeing them for years and years. We just put them in a little different format. We're going to talk about them a little differently. And if you have any questions, come on down to Saugus TV and see the guys down here. They got all the great things. Here's the lineup for this show. Like I said, November 7th, 1977, the main event was Superstar Billy Graham against Ivan Putski. Superstar Billy Graham was counted out of the ring. The semi was Stan the Man Stasiak against Mil Mascaras, and Stasiak was pinned in 12 minutes and 35 seconds. Tag team title, 2 out of 3 falls. Mr. Fuji and Professor Toru Tanaka. Larry Zbyszko and Tony Garea, second fall, and they won. And it was a tag team title match, therefore they retained the title, the champions, Professor Toru Tanaka and Mr. Fuji. Baron Miguel Cicluna and Tony Garea, the Baron from the Isle of Malta. He was counted out of the ring in 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Special tag team match, Dynamite Jack Evans and Pretty Boy Larry Sharp beat Chief Peter Maivia and Chief Jay Strongbow. And Butcher Vachon, the Hangman hold, submitted Dennis Johnson. And my favorite from Catania, Sicily, Joe Turco beat Dewey Roberts in 15 minutes and 18 seconds. And that's when the curfew was 11 p.m. at the Boston Garden. No wrestlers were allowed in the ring after 11 o'clock, and they went on to the next show. And there was no big problems like they had before with it. You know, a lot of things like now, that you see it on the news every night. And then we can go to the next one with Ivan Putski. It was the return match. The return match was in a steel cage, 15-foot high steel cage, 16 minutes and 38 seconds. Superstar Billy Graham won the match. He went out the door. And basically, what do we got here? We got the Golden Terror against Gorilla Monsoon. And Gorilla Monsoon pinned him in 1 minute and 4 seconds. Fuji and Tanaka again against High Chief Peter Maivia and Strongbow, and the champions won again on that one. Baron Vachon Danucci, draw 20 minutes. Baron Miguel Cicluna, 10 minutes and 14 seconds against Johnny Rivera. Johnny Rods beat Frankie Williams in 13 minutes and 22 seconds. And Frank Monroe beat Pete Austin. These are all old-time guys, and I tell you, it was a season to be jolly. But that was December 12th, 1977, and that was the return match in the steel cage. And you will see that on Matt Classics from the Boston Garden, Memories from the Boston Garden with Abe Ford. And Shawn, the matches that you went to at the Garden.
Here's what we did. Well, I was coaching baseball here in Saugus.
Baseball, hey.
All right. This friend of mine, Paul Blake, my assistant coach, he said to the team, whoever gets the best batting average, I'm going to take you to a wrestling match. This is in the 80s now, to the Boston Garden. So we take this young man, Chris Barbanti, with us. Now, myself, wasn't a big wrestling fan. I liked it. I said, okay, I'd never been to the Boston Garden to see wrestling yet, so I said, I'll try anything once. I'm going to tell you, the minute I got in there, I was a fan. You could not get enough of it. I mean, there was fights in the stands, people throwing chairs at each other. You know, we got a young kid here with us, but I remember we were standing on the side, on the side where the wrestlers came out, and I remember Hulk Hogan coming out. I couldn't believe how big he was, and I went down to pat him, and this big guy security gave me a crack right in my head, and I went down. I was like, oh my God! I was like, don't touch the wrestlers. But what a match there was. All the Cheap Chase Strongbow, Junkyard Dog. There was just, I enjoyed it.
Well, you were a baseball coach too, huh? You've done a little bit of everything.
I did.
Baseball? What?
That wasn't my game. Hockey was my game. I was a little better at that. But I like to coach kids, yeah.
Yeah, you used to coach a lot of it. It's hard to keep these kids in the sports and out of courts, you know?
Yeah.
And take them to places, the drugs will take you to places you don't want to go and keep you there longer than you want to stay. And it's going to cost you more than you're going to pay. You want to pay. But let me tell you, these mothers today, I tell you all the things that are going on, all the drugs and all the stuff that are in the streets. Keep your kids complete. Keep an eye. Keep them off those dirty chat books. Keep them out of, let them do the things he's going to do. But keep an eye on them. You know, my mother used to say to me, you tell me who you're hanging around with, I'll tell you what you're doing. You know, you got to know. These kids today, they're tricky. They're like, they'll do anything.
Well, Rocky, look, if our parents knew where we were back when we were kids, like today now they have the phones, they can track you, the GPS. If they knew where we were when we were growing up, the places that we were going, our parents would have been. It would have been a bad scene. I'm telling you.
Well, I know. I don't know. There's people today. You know, you're watching the kids. They're baseball. They're doing this. They got the Rocky Raymond ball that we caught. We caught this at Fenway Park. We're going to put this on. We're going to talk about the collectibles a little later on the show. We're going to do a little couple things. A couple of people tell me they got some collectibles they want to show on the show. We might even do a whole show on collectibles. You never know. But anyways, the Boston Garden was a place to go, and $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 for ringside. I mean, it was. You go there now, you know what it's going to cost you. Forget about an arm and a leg. And I remember I used to go and get the pizza on the guy in the corner. He used to have the 50 cents on the corner. You had the pizza, 50 cents for the slice of pizza. You get a nice slice of pizza or whatever. Now, I mean, it's...
How about the peanuts? You used to get a nickel bag of peanuts. That was the best. You had to get a bag of peanuts.
Well, I tell you, things have changed, and you can get filet mignon now, I heard, at the Boston Garden.
Absolutely. You get Kowloon at the Boston Garden.
See that hamburger they had on TV at the hockey game? You could have got that with 5 layers high, and what did it cost you? $35? Yeah, unbelievable. But now, what about your other things that you were doing?
Here's what I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you it's a good story we have, being in Saugus and all. We, when we were kids, the Saugus High School hockey team was really good. 1979, they let us out of school. I was in the 9th grade, and they bussed us to the Boston Garden for a high school hockey game. The team was doing unbelievable, led by Scott Braze, Mike Stewart, Paul Nigro, Mark Ross, Dickie Ross, Tommy Mullen, these guys. Well, they won in overtime, beat Acton Boxborough. I was in the front row of the band on the, you know, where you used to do your filming.
Section 88,
Section 88. We ran up there, got in the front row. The friend of mine, Tim Olson, who was with me, we won in overtime. Stewart scores a goal. He got up, dropped his pants, took his junk out, and right like this. I was like, "Oh my God, that's what we did. Unbelievable in the Garden."
Well,
I thought we were going to get arrested. No one said nothing. No one seen it. It was unbelievable. But we got out of there unscathed because you can get in trouble there easy. My father used to say we'd be sitting in the stands, and you know you get the guy drinking behind you, and my father would say, "Hey, knock it off with the language. My kids are with me." And they'd say, yeah, whatever, right? They'd shut up for a couple minutes, a couple more minutes. They'd say another thing. My father said, "Look, I told you. I'm going to warn you one more time. You're going to get a crack."
Well, you know, those days, Rove, you can't do anything like that.
You can't do that anymore. No, but that's what you did in those days. That's how it went down.
Well, I used to sneak my, not this camera here, but I had an 8mm. The first one they came out with was a Sony. And I filmed the circus. You said you went to one of the circuses.
Sure, I went to the circus. And yeah,
I filmed that, and that was one of my favorite events. Every time the circus came to town, and you got to go to the circus and stuff like that. And
the whole
now
Boston,
they don't even have the circus anymore.
Right, the whole Boston. You remember it was like a parade when they got here, right, Rocky?
Yeah, all the
elephants would go down the street. It was a big deal. They come off on the trains, and the circus, Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey's. It was quite an event. If you didn't go to the circus when you were a kid, you know, your parents probably couldn't afford it. That's probably what it was.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't the circus, it was the ice capades. If it wasn't the ice capades, now they got the Mickey Mouse. Tell us a little bit about this picture
This
you brought
year,
with
I'm
you.
going to tell you, Rocky.
Yeah,
I
show
went
it,
this
turn it
year,
around.
right here. I took
turn
this
it straight.
picture.
Turn it straight.
Turn it
Get over
straight. Here we go. Here we got it right
Lift it up
now.
a little
Yeah,
high.
lift it up.
There
How's
you
that
go.
look?
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
beautiful.
Rocky.
Yeah,
So I took this picture. This was probably '95 when they closed the Boston Garden. It was right. They were for the Boston Bruins were playing the Philadelphia Flyers. Eric Lindros, and I happened to have a camera with me, and I wasn't a guy that carried a camera around with me often, but I had a camera and. Oh no! I bought it. That's what it was. They started selling the instant cameras. The instant cameras they started selling. So I bought one, and I used it at the garden. It come out great. I ended up blowing it up.
That's a nice picture. That's
It's
definitely a nice picture.
sure.
Yeah,
You know, it brings back a lot of memories. All the banners. I had to get the banners in there.
All right, well, we're talking about memories right now. We're going to go to a part of the program that we call Memories from the Boston Garden, the 84 promotions that was done with this camera right here. This is it. The Bruno Sammartino came. Everyone knows. They've seen it many, many times here in Saugus, Revere, Malden. We're on in Lynn. We're like Coca-Cola. We're all over. We're on in Salem. We got all the hookups right here. But I tell you, if you want the best in community TV and you want all the things you want to see, tune in. Tune in to Saugus TV because we're better than TMZ down here. We got them all in the back. We got all the people working. They're on their computers right now. They're trying to find some news. So if you did something in Saugus or something's going to happen, don't you worry. I know that they'll find it. Whether it be John or whether it be Rachel or whether it be the other little girl, she never lifts her head up. She's so busy. She's like a squirrel. She's going crazy back there right now trying to find some great, great things for you right here in Saugus on Saugus TV. All the great things that they've done and they're going to do, the cooking shows. Oh, we got it all coming up. We got the Founders Day coming. We're getting ready for that. Come on down. Rocky Raymond's going to be there interviewing and all the great things. But let's go to the part of the program that we call the Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. Memories with Abe Ford.
We're here at Real Jim and Sonville. Oh, I'm so elated. I can only be here. It's me, it's BBB. We're here with the great 8 and the living legend, Bruno Sammartino. All you people, watch it from 10 to 11. It's the best of Empire Pro Wrestling with this man, the living legend. Tell him, Bruno.
That's right. Be sure and watch it because if you want to see the best of yesteryear and whatever, this is the place to be.
Be there.
And we're back here at the Boston Garden. It's superstar Billy Graham with that Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship belt. It's November 7th, 1978. Superstar against the Polish Power, Ivan Putski. Unbelievable action here. Look at the superstar in great shape coming into the ring now. The little fire plug, if you will. Oh yeah, Ivan Putski. Big arms himself. And Superstar displays the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship belt. And the referee for this one looks to be Mario Savoli. Stylish hairdo now. Got a little bit of a little curl going on. Got a little Jerry curl. There's the bell now. It's Superstar and Putski now. This is going to be a test of strength. Collar and elbow now. These two Bohemians back and forth now as Putski rams into that back corner post. Putski, a very, very strong man, known for his strength. Superstar Billy Graham, known for his strength. This is going to be a battle of the strength holds. And Superstar goes right in with the top wrist lock now. Ivan Putski now hammering on the right arm. Looks to be a little bit of an injury going on. And Superstar Billy Graham winning that title from Bruno Sammartino, the living legend in Baltimore, with a very controversial pinfall. As you could see, his foot was on the ropes as they showed on TV, national TV. His foot was draped on the rope. Ivan Putski now going to reverse headlock on the Superstar. And this match is going to be a great match because it's going to be all power moves. Big, powerful men in the ring. Big, powerful wrestlers back in the day. None of these little boys, if you will. You got all great men back in the days of the real professional wrestling, as I call it. Because I'm the real BBB, the only BBB, Rocky Raymond. I'm bringing you all this action from the Boston Garden as Superstar Billy Graham and Ivan Putski ramming into each other like two freight trains, trying to get the better of the two. Trying to feel each other out. Who's the stronger? Who can last longer? Who's going to take the championship belt tonight? It looks like Superstar and Ivan Putski in a test of strength now. Ivan Putski, the Polish Power from Krakow, Poland. Oh yeah. Superstar pushing him back into the corner now, and Ivan Putski moves on like a freight train. Look at the size of those legs and those quads. Unbelievable. Superstar Billy Graham, great upper body structure. You know, he's been in the gym lately. And Ivan Putski, two of the most powerful men in professional wrestling at this particular time. And they're in this test of strength now. It's Superstar Billy Graham looking to get the upper hand on this fire plug, if you will. Big arms and shoulders of Ivan Putski, as well as Superstar Billy Graham. Down to one knee now as Putski's standing up now. Looks like Putski's going to get the better of this now. And just a 2 count now on Superstar Billy Graham gets his foot outside the rope as our referee Mario Savoli watches on intensely with this World Championship match here in the Boston Garden. And it's Superstar going in hot and heavy with some heavy blows to the back of the neck. Into that Superstar bear hug. The Superstar bear hug now on Ivan Putski. And Superstar gets a 2 count. Oh, what Putski doing now? Looks like he's taking that ace bandage off. Ivan Putski unwrapping that injury. Could have been an injury from long ago. Could have been a new injury. But Superstar wrapped his arm up tonight. Chose to protect the injury. And Putski's going to town on there. Taking that ace bandage off now with those heavy blows to the side of the arm of Superstar Billy Graham. Those arms 22 inches now. Look at the size of that man, Polish Power. Hammering down on Superstar. Now he's using it as a blatant chokehold. And our referee Mario Savoli. Oh, big bear hug by Putski now. If we're going to get a title change tonight, it's going to be by submission. These two men are really testing each other. Superstar hammering the back of the head of Putski. Mario Savoli intently waiting by the bell now. Looks like Superstar's very weak now as Ivan Putski got him just about out here. There could be a new champion tonight here at the Boston Garden. Putski got that intent look in his eye. Oh no, he's off the ropes. Oh, he caught him with the Polish hammer. Superstar's outside the ring. This may lead to a count out, fans. It's a possibility. Could be a 10 count. Yep. Putski wins the match, but that's not the way you get the belt. And we're back here at the Boston Garden, another great Mac Classic. I'm the voice of the Mac Classics, Rocky Raymond. It's December 12th, 1978. Steel cage, 15 foot high. Steel mesh, it's Superstar Billy Graham. Ivan Putski, and there's the bell. Putski moves in right away with the side headlock and the heavy punches to the head now. And Superstar Billy Graham, he's mad at that last one. He could have taken the belt, but it was a count out. You can't win a championship on the count out. You got to pin the man, or you got to make him submit now. Back in this steel cage, unbelievable action. Putski now, oh, he's going to work on Superstar Billy Graham in the corner now with those heavy right hands. And Superstar Billy Graham unbelievably attacked before getting into the steel cage. Superstar Billy Graham, a very great wrestler, winning that championship. Unbelievable physique, unbelievable charisma, unbelievable psychology in the ring, technology, all the great things that they do not have in the professional wrestling world today. The showmanship, unbelievable ring presence, as well as ring attire. He's the man that had all the colors now. Superstar Billy Graham getting rammed into that steel cage now by Ivan Putski. Oh, there goes Superstar with a blatant eye rake coming up with a big elbow to the back of the head of Polish Power. Polish Power now a little dazed as the Superstar goes behind and cinches up with the go-behind headlock. Better known as the reverse headlock. He snuck behind him now. Putski gets back in the front with the big right hand now. This is a brutal match. One of the most brutal matches in all of professional wrestling. The steel cage over the top or through the door is the only way to win. Putski could have had the championship in that last match. Proved to be a power match, too much power. Putski shot him off the ropes, hit him with the Polish hammer, shot him through the ropes, and he got counted out now as Superstar's getting railed into that steel cage. That'll cut you like a razor. Unbelievable action here in Boston. Putski in control of this championship match. And he's going for the door now as our referee looking to open the door now. Oh, a low blow by the Superstar Billy Graham. He went downstairs now and he's working on the abdominal muscles of Ivan Putski, the Polish Power. Unbelievable action here. These were the great old days of professional wrestling. This was when wrestling was wrestling. This was professional wrestling, not what they said on the marquee. It was not entertainment, it was professional wrestling. It was not a business, it was a profession. Ivan Putski now cinching up on a full Nelson on the Superstar Billy Graham. These two guys are going at it all over the Northeast, and they're going to end the feud right here tonight in the Boston Garden. Oh, look at Putski now. 3 or 4 heavy blows to the side of the head of Superstar Billy Graham. Putski running for the door now, and the Superstar pulls him back in with a couple of hammers of his own. Unbelievable action here in professional wrestling. And into that superstar bear hug. Ivan Putski, superstar Billy Graham, steel cage. Oh yeah, one of the most brutal matches in all of pro wrestling. And there's only one way to win this match, over the top or through the door. Ivan Putski finds himself into the grips of the superstar Billy Graham. Worldwide Wrestling Federation superstar Billy Graham. Oh, looks like Putski's reversing it now. Putski got a bear hug of his own now, and superstar finds himself on the other side of the coin. Oh, he raked the eyes of Ivan Putski. But oh no, the hammer again. The Polish hammer. And a second hammer. Oh, Putski hit that cage. Putski hit the cage. Superstar signaled for the door. Could be the same way out. Superstar's out on the floor. Looks like a new. Oh yeah, he wins. All right, we're back here at Boston Guy on January 16th, 1978. It's superstar Billy Graham against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby, if you will. The American Dream coming to the Boston Guy from Florida for the first time, NWA. Look at the colorful American Dream. Oh yeah, superstar Billy Graham's ready tonight. Oh, he's got his hands full with this one. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, coming in from Florida. First appearance here in Boston. Coming in with some great ring. He's down there in the NWA beating everybody up. The American Dream, baby. And our referee, as you know, Mario Savoli. And superstar displays that Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship. Winning that belt off the living legend. Oh yeah, Baltimore. There's the belt now. And it's superstar Billy Graham and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Showing him a little bit of nitty gritty. The American Dream now in the corner. Oh, he winds it up. Oh, baby, that's the American Dream elbow. That's better known as the bionic elbow, if you will. And he's telling the superstar right now, you better watch out because the American Dream's in town. Oh, yeah, the best of the best is superstar Billy Graham. We got it right here. The Mat Classics from the Boston Garden. Superstar and the American Dream now in a test of strength. And it's going to go back and forth now because these two men have been feuding all over the world. That's right, superstar Billy Graham, been down in Florida. American Dream, first time here in Boston. First Boston Garden appearance right here of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And they're going back and forth with that test of strength now, and the crowd really loves this match. And the American Dream, you know, the former NWA champion, having many battles down there in the NWA with Harley Race, Ric Flair, as well as Dory Funk. Dory Funk Sr. goes way back, the American Dream, better known as the Outlaws with Dirty Dick Murdoch. If you people can remember Dirty Dick Murdoch and the American Dream tagging up. And the bionic elbow finds itself on the tricep of the superstar Billy Graham. And the American one looking for some crowd reaction now. Oh, he shoots him into that corner, but nobody home. It's superstar Billy Graham now. And the American Dream going to work on the knee. Oh, big elbow down across the quad, if you will. Stretching out the knee and the quadricep. It's Dusty Rhodes. Spinning toe hold now. And it looks like superstar's up to some shenanigans now, unrolling the tape on his wrist. Trying to find a way to get at the American Dream. Oh, he's got it wrapped around his throat. And Mario Savoli doesn't have a clue. And superstar Billy Graham with the reverse headlock now with the extra adhesive tape for some help. These matches are the great Mat Classics from the Boston Garden. Oh yeah, the best of superstar Billy Graham. We got the best of the living legend Bruno Sammartino, and we're gonna have the best of them all. The Valiant Brothers, the best of Andre the Giant. We got all the best of the best right here from Boston Garden now. And the American Dream shoots superstar into the corner. Superstar sent running back into the corner now, and it's the American Dream now. Falling with that bionic elbow, but nobody home. The superstar, very smart wrestler. He didn't win that championship just by overnight, you know. Overnight mail didn't bring it to him. As he put the boots hot and heavy to Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream from the NWA coming up here to Boston. First Boston appearance for the American Dream. And we're going to have the best of Andre the Giant as well on these great Mat Classics. So keep your eye open. There's going to be many volumes. And we're going to have the best of the Battle Royals from the Boston Guides with all the great wrestlers in there. Oh, yeah. We got it all at the Mat Classics headquarters. And I'm the voice of the Mat Classics, Rocky Raymond. And superstar Billy Graham back in mid-ring now with Dusty Rhodes in a bear hug. And the American Dream trying to muster up enough energy to break the hold And our referee looks on, Mario Savoldi. Oh yeah, these matches are the great matches of professional wrestling. Not to be confused with professional entertainment wrestling. As you well know, on the marquee it said professional wrestling, and that's exactly what they gave you back in the good old days of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, with such great promoters as Abe Ford, as well as Willie Gilzenberg, as well as Phil Zacco, all the great people that ran the show back then, as well as the big man himself, Vince McMahon Sr. No gimmicks needed, as superstar Billy Graham now got the bear hug on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and he's trying to hit him with that bionic elbow. 2 bionic elbows now. He's winding it up for a third now, and that'll break the hold now as superstar Billy Graham finds himself on the receiving end of the American Dream. Oh, they're going outside the ring now. There could be trouble. There could be trouble. Oh, superstar now on the finding that wooden table is not what he wants. Oh, another one down across that wooden timekeeper table. The American Dream now. Oh, yeah. Talk about being an outlaw. The American Dream went from coast to coast and border to border. Oh, there it goes now on the superstar now, hot and heavy. Oh, it looks like he's going to ram into that steel collar post. Oh, no. Superstar Billy Graham now. Devastating move now by the American Dream, Dusty. Oh, it looks like he may be lacerated. A bloody mess now. It's superstar Billy Graham now, and Dusty Rhodes starting to really pour it on now. He shoots him into those ropes now. Oh, big elbow. Superstar Billy Graham now down, and it's the big bionic elbow by the American Dream. Oh, he hit it. He hit it. He hit the coup de grace with that one. Oh, it's a count now by Lar. Oh, it's just a 2 count now, and it looks like, yep. He's telling the American Dream that superstar is very, very deeply cut. They may have to stop the match here. They're going to let it go. They're going to let it go a little while longer. Oh, no, he's ringing the bell. Mario's ringing the bell. This match is going to be stopped due to lacerations. And the American Dream, oh, no, he don't want to stop the American Dream. Oh, he wins the fall in the match. But no belt. Superstar Billy Graham in the middle of the ring, a bloody mess, and the crowd in Boston love it. They love this great action. The American Dream wants the belt. You can't win the belt. They stopped the match due to too much blood. And the American Dream got the belt. Looks like he's gonna take off. He's taking off to the dressing room with the belt. Superstar Billy Graham. Oh no, that's not the way you win the belt. Mario Savoldi calling this match a no contest due to the blood laceration on the head of superstar Billy Graham. Very brutal match. As you saw, Dusty Rhodes ramming the head of superstar.
And we're back with some big news from the Garden. Wrestling in the Garden, the Battle for New York, works, shoots, and double crosses, all the great battles. Here's a big, big show. July 23rd, 1963, the attendance was 14,495. Bruno Sammartino beat the great Mortier 2-0, one fall by DQ, 17 minutes and 48 seconds. Buddy Rogers and Johnny Barden beat Bobo Brazil and Pedro Morales. Skullhead Murphy and Brute Bernard beat Argentina Apollo and Miguel Perez. The Fabulous Kangaroos beat Tim Woods and Cowboy Ron Reed, 23 minutes and 51 seconds. Eduardo Carpentier from Canada beat Magnificent Maurice. Carl Steph drew Prince Tony Nero, and Jolly Akea Al Smith drew Ox Anderson. And that was a big show on July 23rd, 1963. All righty. All right, we're right here with the Rocky Raymond baseball. You know, I won this ball. No, I didn't win it. I caught this ball. No, I didn't catch it. No.
You steal that ball?
Did you give me this ball?
No. How you get that ball, Rocky?
Did you make the sauce?
Yes, I did.
I made the sauce.
Yes.
You got the sauce? All right, we got the sauce right here. Saugus TV. We got the bowl. We got the sauce. It's baseball season. Oh, yeah, we got it all right here. Saturday mornings, we got a whole new loop. That's right. We got it from 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. Have some more fun. Watch all the wrestling you want. We got legends. We got the best of the best, and we got the new one. We got the new one, Astro Man. Memories from the Boston Garden. Promoter Abe Ford. With your host, who do you think the host is?
Who you think it is? You, Rocky Raymond.
Hey.
You are the best host right here in New England, Rocky Raymond.
It's a high fly.
The man right here, the only one.
It's a high
Rocky
fly. It's a
Raymond.
high fly. All right, we're back here with our special guest from Saugus. And we've done great so far, and I know you got a couple more things you're going to tell us about. We're going to come back with a couple of shots here of a match in a long, long time ago with Bruno Sammartino and superstar Billy Graham when the title sort of changed hands. Baltimore. And wrestling was a little different back in the days of Bruno Sammartino and superstar Billy Graham. He had more color than a box of crayons and more charisma than he could make a broomstick look good in the ring. You know what I mean when I say that? That means he could wrestle anybody, and he'd look great. And Sammartino, he had his 2, 3, 4 moves that he did. He did it in the corner like the gorilla. He get you in the corner, and he get you and he give you a couple of shots in the corner. But it was a great feud, and finally, superstar Billy Graham stripped the title off of Bruno Sammartino in Baltimore. And then from that area, it went from superstar to Bob Backlund and so on and so forth. And you can see right here, bloody, bloody match. Superstar Billy Graham up in the far left-hand corner. You got superstar and Bruno in a test of strength, and then you got him choking him against the bottom rope on the bottom shot. And matches with Bruno and superstar were very, very brutal matches. Superstar Billy Graham bench pressing over 600 pounds. Bruno Sammartino having a big, big, big high bench press, very powerful. More so like the test of strength moves. There wasn't really more. They did the arm drags, the hip tosses, a couple of this, a couple of that. But these matches you will see in the future on Memories of the Boston Garden if you haven't already seen them already, because we have not only what you just saw with Ivan Putski and superstar Billy Graham, but we got superstar Billy Graham and Bruno Sammartino's last match at the Boston Garden. That's right, we got it. You better believe it. You know why? Because I'm telling you why. Rocky Raymond, the Boston bad boy, I got it all. I got it all in the vault. I got all the films, all the footage, all the programs. I got it all. Now we got Saugus TV, the #1 community TV in all of Massachusetts, bar none. We got all the things here. We got the whistles. We got the green screen, like we said. If I went down right now and I went into the back room and I interrupted Michelle and Rachel, they hit me with a broom. They'd come running after me. They'd say, "Get out of here. We're trying to find some things here. What are you snooping around for? We're trying to find good news. We're trying to find great things to do." You got a great team here, and I've been everywhere with public access. You look up my record. I've been anywhere through Boston, from Bangor to Boston with them. And let's get back to the situation with you.
I'm going to tell you, Rocky,
What are you gonna do
one of the
here?
hardest things to do back in the 80s, when I was in college, was getting to watch the shows on TV, because they didn't have all the cable back then. You try to get them on Channel 25 on Saturday mornings. My apartment would be filled with half the hockey team. Saturday mornings, everyone bouncing up and down. You get the football players down below coming upstairs saying, "Hey, knock it off." Everyone's wrestling, doing the same matches.
Yeah.
They're watching on TV.
They got into it. They
They loved it.
And we've got a big weekend coming up, there. I hope you're going to be a good boy in there in Saugus. We were, sitting down there with the, it's going to be the 4th of July, You got to make sure that you're good, because we got to, keep things going right here. Keep good old USA nice and clean here in Saugus. I'm sure they're going to have some festivities going on. But, yeah, like I said, I remember Channel 9, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Yep.
You'd get the ears, the bunny ears. What do you call those? They put the aluminum foil on the ends to get the picture in,
Sure.
Ray Morgan and Bill Cardell and all those guys. It'd be Sunday.
I was afraid. They had me holding the antenna, moving it around.
Manchester, New Hampshire. You'd have the coming in from down to New Hampshire, and you'd see the snow, and then you'd turn the TV this way, turn it that way, and yeah, you do that. You know, wrestling was like the number one first thing that was ever on TV to begin with. It was one of the first things on television.
That's
Everyone
right.
knows that wrestling was one of the first things that they put on TV with it, and it goes a long way with it. Like Boston Garden, the memories from the Boston Garden, Abe Ford, he put on the best shows, and month after month they'd bring back stars, and then you'd go to a show, and then maybe before intermission or after, they'd say next month's lineup, official lineup, and returning to the Boston Garden, Victor Rivera, or the crowd would like really come to their, they'd say, and then tickets are going to go on sale Monday morning at the box office, and you'd be able to get them Monday morning, and people go right down. I mean, like I said, when I used to go to the Garden back in the, I started going 71, somewhere around there, but the tickets were $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 for ringside. And now you can forget it. You gotta get a loan.
You know what was
I mean,
good?
imagine you got 2, 3 kids and you gotta go to the Boston
You
Garden.
can't afford
You
it.
can't
No.
do it. I mean, it's,
You know what was
they
good
do
too?
it, though.
You would go to the match too, right? And they didn't have commercial breaks, so it was one match after another, and the announcer would come out and introduce him. Nowadays, you go to it, and they got a commercial break, one commercial break after another, and you're waiting for the match to come out. It's like, come on, they want you to spend money on the.
I see
the beer.
nowadays they're showing the same stuff over and over again, and some of the things are getting worse or better. There's so much on as far as wrestling goes.
Sure.
You can't absorb it. You got it on Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I'm sure it's on Friday and so on and so. You can watch it every night of the weekend. You can watch me on YouTube anytime you want, right there. Hey Ray, you better go on right there. Rocky Raymond on YouTube. We got some heavy hits. 90 hits on one of our shows. This particular show, very popular. Its first show, world, 90 hits. I mean, that's, I say 90, but 90, it's a big number for the YouTube, it's unbelievable. We got people coming in from Dominican Republic. We got all these wrestlers coming in from Mexico City. We got all of them that are coming in. And you never know, we might put a mask on you and put you in the ring.
I'll do it.
You want to get
put
in
a
the ring?
mask on me. I was
We'll
thinking.
put you right here in this studio. It's almost
yeah.
big enough to put a ring in here.
I'll
We got
bounce
the
right
green
off
screen.
this table. You get me on it. Let me do it. I'll let me hang from the rafters.
Well, let me tell you something. The 4th of July is coming, and I hope everyone's going to be safe. Make sure you stay safe. Stay. Keeping on. Keep your kids. Keep an eye on your kids. Watch your kids. Watch them around these areas, these recreations. Watch them around where there's water. Things can happen like that. In the water situation, you got to be very careful. A lot of kids, a lot of things on the news. The kid got
Jumping
away
off
from
a
the mother.
bridge.
Not only that, but the kid last week that got away from the babysitter, and guess what? He was found in a pond, and that's not, come home and your kid's not there. It's awful. So be safe,
sad.
be careful, say no to drugs, and remember, drugs will keep you in bad places. It'll take you down roads that you don't want to go down. It'll keep you there longer than you want to stay, and it's going to cost you more than you want to pay. So if you want it right, you keep it tight on Saugus TV right here. We got all the great shows coming on. We got a cooking show. I'm dying to get on. I'm dying to get over there. I want to sit down with John and Michelle and Rachel, and I want to eat too. I want to eat some of those good gourmet moves that the foods that they're making, some gourmet one, the one with the bacon and the spaghetti and all the stuff. I heard Brian got a pretty good dish too that he makes, and then Anthony doesn't look like he missed any meals too, and I haven't missed any meals either. So let me tell you something. We got it all down here at Saugus TV. Forget about going to Burger King and McDonald's. You come down here. We're going to open up a window over here. We're going to open up a window over here. We're going to do all the windows, ice cream. We're going to open all sorts of things. We got food shows. We're going to have an ice cream show too, right? That's part of food. We can do that too. So I want you all to remember, don't take it for granted, all the things that you have going for you. Be nice to your friends. Be nice to everybody as much as you can. And try not to, things aren't going good for everyone right now, but try to just keep it great. We got great things that we look forward to, like this show, right? Memories of the Boston Garden, right? Tell them all the memories. You got to have a couple more. Pull a couple more.
Well, listen, Come on,
we got a
tell
couple
you
of
about
minutes
this.
left.
Now, I'm a product of the Bobby Orr era, okay? And the people didn't know this, but Don Cherry, who was a coach and a big shot in Canada, as a commentator, but he lived in Saugus here. And in 1975, I was attending the Veterans Memorial School, and his son, Tim Cherry, was my friend. I went over the house to had a little play date, what they call it now, with Tim Cherry, Don Cherry. I introduced me to him, and they had a few guys that played for the Big Bad Bruins. That were from Saugus. They lived in Saugus, and I'll tell you another thing too. On my first date at the Boston Garden, I had a rat run over my feet and my girlfriend's feet. How about that? It was kind of dirty there at the Boston Garden.
Well,
it wasn't a clean place.
Well,
but it was a great place to go.
Yeah, I mean, you can't remember the memories of the Boston Garden, all those flags, all those numbers, whether it be hockey, basketball, all the great things that they had. Boston is a great, great town for sports. We all know that. We had all the great names, like you said. You mentioned Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito, Derek Sanderson, McKenzie, Pieface, all those old guys. I don't know if people out there know all these names, but they had some great, great battles. Don Orey, a great defenseman. Fred Stanfield.
Gary Doak. He was a Saugonian.
These are my days of hockey.
Yeah.
And, you used to wear the Bruin socks when your sneakers on. You pull them up with the yellow and the black and the white. And then, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the Sunday paper? They had all the pictures of the hockey players in there?
Sure, absolutely.
Was that the Record American, I believe?
Yeah.
Remember they put all the pictures in there? I had all of them. I don't know what I did with them, but probably worth some money inside.
Yeah.
But I tell you, Boston is a great town, and we're going to try to keep it going. We stay strong. Boston is strong with all the things that have gone on in Boston. We've all come ahead of it and gone by with it between the bombings and this and that and the marathon problems. But Boston is strong. I'm strong. Boston bad boy goes all the way. Memories of the Boston Garden. We're going to try to keep this going. I want to thank you very much for coming down. And, no one can bring back the memories.
No. We had a lot of them. In fact, there was only a few TV stations, CBS, ABC, NBC. So it wasn't a big cable thing back then. So everyone sat and watched the Lakers Celtics on a Sunday afternoon. It was a big deal.
Well, you had the Wild World, World of Sports. The show used to come on, sports.
Wide World of Sports.
Yeah,
you seen the guy skiing? He'd come down right at the beginning, right, Rocky?
Don, what was it, Cosell?
Yep. And Howard Cosell.
Howard Cosell,
Sure.
all those great names. But they got so much on TV now, it's crazy. I mean, they got more stations. It's like, how many things can you watch at once? You really can't watch too many things. I mean, what are you going to watch? I mean, I like.
Well, they're going to watch you. That's what they're going to do.
That's right. They're going to watch us right here on Saugus TV. That's right. You go on YouTube. We're going to be on another station soon. We're trying to look into now. I don't know. It's like so many things to do now, but YouTube's doing pretty good. We got
well, you got the Graph Report too that comes out too, Rocky. Nick Graffio does a big job down here.
Yeah. We're going to get more and more people. It's a new show. It's a new show. If anyone wants to come down and like sitting right where you're sitting, talking, it's the worldwide known Boston bad boy right here, and you want to share some more, stories of the Boston Garden and what's going on. It doesn't have to be wrestling. Memories from the Boston Garden. Maybe if you ate for it. Maybe it's been like you said. If you've gone to a circus. Hey, maybe you feed some elephants. I don't know. Maybe you stepped in some elephant stuff.
Maybe you see the Rolling Stones there.
Yeah,
maybe you seen Bob Seger there, right? They all the concerts, a good venue to go watch a concert. Boston Garden was one of the best places to see a good rock and roll group or whatever it was.
I saw a couple of good ones. I saw Jethro Tull, Aerosmith. We did a video with Tony Rumble. He got the gig for being the bodyguards of Aerosmith, and we were on one of the gigs with that. And it's a lot of things, a lot of good memories. But we're going to come back again very soon. So watch it. Watch us on flip us on every channel, whatever they have a free moment. They might slide us in there, whatever the days in that they have memories from the Boston Garden with Rocky Raymond and the promoter Abe Ford. And it don't have to be just about wrestling. So I don't want you to think you talk about wrestling, because we talked about hockey, basketball, the things that this gentleman here has done. And if you have some memories from the Boston Garden, please come on down. We need some more good stories. We want to hear them. The girls in the back, they want to put the shows up. They want more shows. They want new shows. They want some, some stuff. Someone got a good story about the Boston Garden. Something on the Boston Garden. Come on down. And we're gonna do a new thing coming up. We're gonna go to that right now, I believe. With in the back, we're gonna do a little thing on some memorabilia coming up with the cauliflower situation. If we can shoot that up there on the screen. All right, we're right here, the Cauliflower Alley Club. We got a couple of things that some people have brought to my attention that maybe people want to see for memorabilia. We want to do a show on some memorabilia, maybe some figures, some magazines, some programs and stuff. You've seen some programs in the opening of the show, but this particular program, it was the 30th anniversary. It was 1967 to 1997. It was a West Coast reunion banquet, Saturday, March 15th, 1997, and it was at the Sportsman Lodge, Empire Room, Studio City, California. This was the Cauliflower Alley Club program, and this is going to be one of the collectibles that, if you may be interested in, you can drop me a line on my site, EmpireProWRES@AOL.com. A little message, what you might be interested in seeing or doing with some of this stuff. And other great names on this one. You got Don Manukin, Red Bastien. We got Lou Thez on here. That's a big name right here. Dan Severn from the UFC, the Beast. Then you had, all the great names. On the bottom here, you got Mr. Perfect. You got Pepper Gomez, Matt Boone. I think that was Don Curtis. I mean, there's some old timers here. And Mr. Wrestling, all the great names right here on this program. So in the weeks to come, you're going to see some memorabilia on some figures, programs, magazines, and what have you right here. And so keep your eye out because you're going to see some new things here. We're going to come up with some new things every time. We can go back to that. Let's go to this official lineup. We got one more program that we can do here. We'll close up the show. I believe it's number 82, I believe. Dusty Rhodes came to the Boston Garden for the first time, and he was in a match, believe it, superstar Billy Graham, that's right. It was on March 1978, and it says big superstar with the Graham Wizard, and the undercard was Ken Patera against Bob Backlund. Ken Patera was counted out, Fuji and Tanaka against S.D. Jones and Gorilla Monsoon, and then we had Spiros Arion and Tony Garea. Tony Garea was pinned in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Little John and Lord Littlebrook. That's right, a midget tag team match. We can't say that. Little people.
Yep.
Wee Willie Wilson and Hillbilly Pete. And then we had Baron Michael Cicluna, who was on just about every card at the Boston Garden, against Larry Zbyszko, and the Baron was pinned in 11 minutes and 25 seconds. And then the last match was Jack Evans got pinned by High Chief Peter Maivia. And of course, we had a special other guest there. Butcher Vachon from Canada beat Johnny Rodz, 8 minutes and 20 seconds, count out of the ring. All right, that was one of the Gardens. The Gardens, one of the last lineups, and we're going to have plenty more programs for you. We're going to have plenty more of my classics for you. All right, we got a couple of minutes left here, and you got anything else in the back of that head there?
I'm trying to think of some of the things.
More thing.
You were talking about the parking down at the Garden. You remember you could drive. You get on the train and you go right into the Garden, the new TD Garden. Before you had to go up to the trains. Trolleys, and then they had the elevator trains. You know, you come down off of them, and then you had to walk over to the Garden. It was completely different. Back in, you go to over there and
the green line and the orange line.
But it's beautiful.
Talk about that. They got their problems. They got their problems right now with the T. They got problems with vandals. They got problems with the line. You got problems with trains tipping over. You got so many. It's crazy. It's you get into that train situation. I remember. And, they're like animals anyway. They're running like like they weren't going to get to their seat, but. They had the trolleys upstairs with that, the green line, then they had the orange line. I used to come in from the blue line. Sometimes I'd go to Chelsea, get on the bus, and get off at Scully Square. You remember Scully Square?
Yeah, you definitely Scully Square.
Scully Square.
Yes, old Scully Square.
You go right down there and get down and get to the station. But, all right, it's about time to go here, I believe. And we don't like to say goodbye, but I'll just say see ya. And I got to tell you, keep your eye open. All the great things that are going to be happening here at Saugus TV. Keep it posted. That's right. We got the team down here. TMZ don't got a chance, okay? Okay? Oh, I'm Charles there with the parades and the other. They don't got a chance. Even though they don't have a chance, let me tell you. We got it all over here. You come on down and visit. Come on down and see what's going to go on. We got September coming up with Founders Day. We got all the things that we're getting into over here. We got all the things that are involved in, and they are involved, believe me. They're involved in more things than you know. Watch out. That's right. But we want to thank you right now. Shawn, thanks for coming down.
My pleasure,
And
Rocky.
we'll see you next time.
Wonderful time here.
Memories of the Boston Garden with Abe Ford Promotions. See you next time.